Hello everyone, my name is Professor Nikhil Verma. We are going to continue with retail management, second module. Today we are going to cover the subtopic which is modern retail formats, and I think this is the last part of this module. We are going to get it done with very fast. We're not going to waste a lot of time in understanding these formats. These are those formats that you have come across every now and then. You have visited these kind of retail stores on almost everyday basis. So we are going to have a look at these and try to understand the names, the technical names that are given to those kind of stores. So we are going to look at what are the types of modern retail formats that are available. The first one is chain stores. Bata is the example for chain stores. These are the stores that are owned by a single entity. They don't give it as a franchise. They don't give it as a license. They try to run it on their own. They try to keep a control on all the stores that are opened in and around the city. So Bata is an example for this. Next is departmental store. Your Big Bazaars, D-Marts, and Mega Marts, Inmark, and such stores come under this category of departmental stores. These are the stores that have a variety of product offerings under various departments. They have a lot of departments in that store, and each store has ample variety of product offerings in them. Similarly, certain departmental stores are also called as supermarkets. Supermarkets are those type of departmental stores that have very limited departments, that don't have a lot of departments in them. They might have one or two departments, and they'll be comparatively smaller in size when compared to a departmental store. For example, Reliance Fresh. Reliance Fresh is a supermarket. You will find FMCGs, you'll find vegetables, confectionaries, etc. As in, you'll find only a certain category of products under a supermarket. They'll be limited in quantity, and the options also will not be as high as a departmental store. There'll be options, but you might not find all the options available there that you might have found in a departmental store. Or you might find similar kind of offering as well. The only difference is that they will have less number of departments. They might have only one department, or say 2-3 departments, that's it. They won't have more than that. So that's supermarket. Super centers are similar to hypermarkets. They also come in the same category. Hypermarket is nothing but a combination of supermarket and a departmental store. A departmental store can be a hypermarket. Hypermarkets are those that look like, say, go down. They have huge quantities of products. They don't have this beautifying look to it. They don't carry that kind of a look. Hypermarkets are those markets that sell in huge quantities. They're very big in size when you compare them with departmental stores and supermarkets. The product offering on these categories might be the same. The only thing is the quantity in which they are offered. You might still buy as a retailer in single quantities, but the offering that is made to you is in huge quantities. In supermarkets, you'll find it at small quantities. The offering itself will be in small quantities. In departmental store, you see variety of departments, similar type of offerings that you see in supermarket. As in, assume Reliance Fresh. What you get in Reliance Fresh, you might get similar kind of items in Reliance Smart. But Reliance Smart is a departmental store because it has variety of departments. It provides you more offerings in variety of departments, but the offerings are equivalent to that of the offerings that you see in FMCGs, vegetables, confectionaries. You will see similar kind of offerings in Reliance Fresh as well. So super centers and hypermarkets are one and the same, where the quantity of offering is really huge. Specialty stores, these are the stores that provide special special kind of products. They carry, they provide limited quantity of stocks, that too. They cater to only one single department, and they provide really nice offerings in that one department. Then you have category killers or multi-brand outlets. Category killers, you can consider even DMart, Big Bazaar as category killers, because these are those retailers that offer you variety of brands. They are considered category killers because if you want to buy a deodorant, you can visit DMart or you can visit Big Bazaar. You are going to get almost all the brands, of which you can choose what you like. However, this might not be the case in normal convenience stores. So that is why they are called category killers, because they provide you almost all the brands that are there in the country to be offered to you within that category. That is why they are called category killers. Off-price retailers. Off-price retailers are those guys that provide to you products at a discounted price. The products might be defected, a bit defective, or they might be selling it off season, or you might see that those products are second-hand products. There are a variety of off-price retailers. Depends on how they are selling it. It might be a sale as well, clearance sale. Then we have convenience stores. I've already explained to you convenience stores a lot of times. These are those small retail outlets that are placed conveniently, and you tend to visit them when you're trying to buy something that is of a convenience to you. Next up is franchise stores. Franchising is nothing but it's a marketing concept which can be adopted by an organization for business expansion. How it is done is a franchisor, that is the person who has built a brand and made a name for himself. This person or this business licenses its know-how, the procedures, intellectual property, use of the business model, brand, rights to sell its branded products and services. All these things are given to a franchisee, the person who is willing to open a branch on behalf of the franchisor is known as franchisee. So this process of the franchisor providing license, know-how, intellectual property, use of business models, use of brand name, rights to sell its branded products and services, all these things, when it is given to the franchisee, it is called as a franchising. Okay. Now, what happens under this is mainly you will see similarity in all the stores around the country or around the world. You will see, as soon as you see a franchise store, you'll get to know that yes, this is this brand. For example, McDonald's, KFC, Domino's. You have so many, but I think these three are more than enough for you guys to understand how franchising works. You visit McDonald's anywhere around the world, you will see a similarity in how the stores are arranged, how their ambience is, and the product offering definitely will be the same depending on the demand of that particular region. The product offering might change, but in India you will see the same product offerings throughout the country. You might see a few products being not offered in tier 2 cities only because of the number of footfalls that they get, and it might work out for them or not work out for them depending on that. However, that is how franchise stores work. Then next is lease departments, and after that we have factory outlets, catalog showrooms, full line discount stores. Well, let us discuss factory outlets. Factory outlets are those outlets that sell products. Basically, these are product offerings. The products are sold which are limited to one particular brand. these are called factory outlets because these offer those products that are not easily sold in the market. That is, all the excess stocks from a particular brand comes to these outlets. Let's take example of a Puma factory outlet. That is, if you see a factory outlet of the brand Puma being opened in Belgium, that means, and if you visit that store, you will find all those excess stocks that were manufactured by the brand and that they were not able to sell in the normal procedures in the normal outlets. So what they do is they discount them and they bring it off here and they sell it at a cheaper price. Basically, all stock clearances kind of products come here. If not those, then you will have products that are factory rejects. Some certain products are rejected in the factory because of minute damage here and there. Such products also come here under this particular retail format, and that is why you see them being sold at a cheaper price. You see the goods here are discounted. Now, what is a leased department? A leased department is a space within a store leased to a third party. I can take a few examples. Let's take example of Big Bazaar of Belagavi. Within the Big Bazaar store, you will see a person on the ground floor sitting and selling eyewear, goggles. Now that is called a leased department. This person is nowhere related to Big Bazaar. That space is leased out to him so that he can sell the items there. That person nowhere represents Big Bazaar. Apart from that, you see when you walk out of the Big Bazaar store, immediately on the outside you will see a few stalls being placed. Even those you can consider as leased departments because they function independently. Similarly, you had a bakery as well, bakery and a cake shop kind of a thing on the third floor of Big Bazaar. Even that comes under leased department. Factory outlets I have already explained. Catalog showrooms. What do you mean by catalog showrooms? These are those type of stores wherein if you walk in, you will be able to see the products offerings with the help of a catalog. You might not be able to see the products physically because of various reasons. You never know what the reasons might be. But when you decide that you are going to place an order of a certain type of product from the catalog, then they might display that product because the products are stored at a nearby facility or within the same facility. They might have created a warehouse where they will store all these products. When you choose a certain type of a product that you want these type of products, then they might bring those products to you in the showroom. Sorry, for you in the showroom, or they might take you to the warehouse which is placed right nearby their catalog showroom. Full line discount stores, again something like off-price retailer. They also provide a variety of products at discounted price. Give me just a moment, please. Yeah, so sorry about this. So I was telling you guys that full line discount stores are a type of off-price retailers. Even these guys provide you branded products at a discounted price when you compare them with other stores. Okay, the next point is warehouse stores. This is similar to catalog showrooms, and they are also like hypermarkets. Then variety stores. These can be departmental stores, or these can be supermarkets or supercenters or hypermarkets. Variety store is nothing but a store which provides you a variety of offerings in one particular category. Then you have membership clubs like Amway, Country Club, etc. These are the retailers who use a unique method of reaching their customers. They provide memberships, and on those memberships, they also provide a facility of utilizing a benefit of being a member of that particular brand. Then you have shopping malls. These are combinations. Shopping malls are combinations of departmental stores and supermarkets and leased departments. Shopping malls are a combination because in one mall you will see variety of brands operating independently, and you might also come across entertainment in these malls. So in Belgaum there was one attempt to make a mall, that is Nucleus Mall, which didn't pan out how they wanted it to. So if you can imagine the things that are offered in Nucleus Mall, that is what shopping malls are about, but usually in large scale. That is a small, or you can say mini shopping mall, where you see shops on the first floor and second floor, and on the third floor you see basically entertainment offerings. You have a cinema hall on the third floor. Then we have drugstores. Drugstores are nothing but medical stores. The best examples are Wellness Forever, Apollo. So those are the drugstores. Duty-free shops. Duty-free shops are usually available at airports, where you don't have to pay any duty to purchase those items and bring them from one country to another. And last is direct selling. Direct selling can happen in the form of door-to-door selling, or selling in the form of approaching customers in the form of emails, sending them catalogs to emails, and through calls and stuff like that. So these are all the modern retail formats. There are certain services using modern retail formats, services being offered. First is Payments Bank. You have so many Payments Bank that are launched recently. You have Airtel Payments Bank, you have Paytm, and variety of those coming up these days. Then you have health insurance, which is playing a big part, a big money-making business in the current era, that is health insurance. And tourism certainly picking up drastically in the past few years. You see companies setting up their tourism businesses, and there are some service providers who provide you a specific kind of tourist package. Let's say you want to travel to divine destinations. In India itself, you have so many packages. You want to travel South India, you want to travel North India, Char Dham, and variety of such offerings in divine destinations. Likewise, if you want to travel any country, you have packages. You have packages to travel to Europe. You have packages to travel to North Asia. You have packages to wherever you want to travel. You will see companies coming up with innovative packages to attract you. So even tourism sector has picked up a lot. Telecommunications and search engines. You have Google, Bing, and Microsoft operating in these these segments. In telecommunication, I really don't have to talk about much. I just can talk about Jio and Airtel and Vodafone Idea, how they are fighting it out in this sector. And lastly, event management. Event management also has picked up in a past few years. You see a lot of companies coming up as event managers, planning variety of events, specializing in a particular category. Some event management companies, yes, they cater to one particular set of events. However, there are many event managers or event management companies that are offering event management in almost each and every event of a person's life. With this, we come to the end of second unit. I hope you guys have understood. Thank you, guys.